Angela, self-assured in her stance, stood in front of the floor-to-ceiling window in the journalist's cubicle area. A few feet away, Frances observed as she wrote down every question Houston Meadows, a handsome KWNC male reporter, asked of her boss as his camera operator filmed. "Ms. Whitford, one last question. How do you intend on keeping the magazine's reputation now that your father has retired?" Angela bumptiously pursed her lips. "My father would not have put me in this position if I wasn't ready. I have worked for this magazine since I was 16. I started by scrubbing toilets. I delivered the mail. I served as a receptionist. I sold advertisements. I copy-edited. I wrote articles. My father made sure I understood every aspect of this company. There isn't a job at this magazine that I haven't done myself or willing to do again. Our reputation as the nation's top woman's magazine will maintain." Her eyes glared at the reporter. "Any more questions, Mr. Meadows?" "That just about does it. It's a wrap." The camera operator switched off his camera. Houston smiled. "Thank you, Ms. Whitmore. This story should air tonight on the evening news." "I'm looking forward to it. Enjoy the rest of your day." He nodded, and then he and the camera operator left. Angela rolled her eyes. "Frances, that was one of the worst interviews I have ever had. The guy is a complete jerk." Monique approached Angela and Frances with a message in her hand. "I hate to tell you I told you so, but I told you so." Angela rubbed the back of her neck. "How did you know?" "I dated him in college. He was a jerk then. He hasn't changed." "That's not important." Monique handed her a message. Angela glanced at it. Great. Simply great. Another appointment canceled. Frances smiled. "Look at the bright side. That gives you an opportunity to vet other potential clients." "I suppose you're right." Behind her, a platform on the outside of the window dropped down, with the man in the blue bio cleaning uniform whom Angela collided into on her way to work on it. He smiled and waved at everyone. He grabbed his squeegee and began to clean the windows. Several of the female journalists stood as they stared goggle-eyed at the window washer. Angela's brows furrowed. "What is everyone staring at?" Monique grinned and pointed towards the window washer. "Him." Angela turned around. Her eyes widened. "You've got to be kidding." Frances swallowed and sighed. "I love the way he washes windows." Monique nodded. "He can wash my windows anytime." "I agree with you, Monique." Frances waved at the window washer again. "I wish he could come right through that window and get closer to me. I want to smell him." One of the ropes that held the platform loosened, dropping the platform a couple of inches. Monique's heart raced. "Oh, my God!" Everyone in the room now focused on the window washer. The ropes which held the platform loosened again, jolting the window washer. "He's going to die! We have to save him!" Monique's eyes widened with fear. Angela clenched her jaw. The window washer knocked on the window and yelled, but they couldn't hear him. He tapped on the window again as the platform swayed. "Open the window! Let me in! Please! Help me! Help!" Only his mouth moved as the glass prevented anyone from hearing him. Angela took a deep breath. "He's asking for our help. We have to get him inside before the thingamajig drops. Somebody call for help." She tried to open the window, but it didn't budge. Monique frantically dialed 911. Frances bolted to the far side of the room towards the fire safety alarm system. She pulled it. The fire alarm sounded. Angela threw her hands up into the air. "Why in the hell did you do that? He's not on fire. We have to get him in here before he falls." She continued to try to open the window as the window washer's face turned panic-stricken. Richard Hastings, an overweight African-American male journalist, grabbed a trash can and then ran towards the window. "Move out of my way! Step back! We have to break the window!" He hurled the trash can in missile-style formation toward the window. The trash can crashed into it, but bounced back, knocking the journalist backward, hitting his head on the corner of the desk. Monique bolted toward Richard. "That's not what I had in mind for men falling at my feet." Angela took control. "All right, people, plan B." She raised the left side of her skirt, exposing a black lacy garter belt, a thigh-high black stocking, a leather holster with a semi-automatic gun, and then quickly retrieved it. A bead of sweat formed across Frances's upper lip. "So are you going to shoot him?" Angela aimed her weapon toward the glass pane. The platform dropped another couple of inches as the window washer's eyes widened. He raised his hands, waving no, and almost fell. The platform jolted a couple more inches downward. It jerked and swayed more, almost sending the window washer off of it. He tousled but grasped the railing. Angela waved her hands frantically for the window washer to slide to the left. "Move! I'm going to shoot the glass!" The window washer obeyed her command as he grasped the platform and kneeled. "You're going to kill him!" Monique put her hand over her eyes. "I can't watch!" Outside on Canal Street, a crowd gathered as they gazed at the platform which dangled and swayed. People bolted from the building chaotically as sirens blared. Houston and his camera operator immediately acted by broadcasting a live remote in front of the building. "I'm Houston Meadows, and I'm live in front of Benson Towers on Canal Street. Moments ago, a window washer almost fell to his death. Stay with us here at KWNC as this story develops." Several fire trucks pulled up and stopped in front of the skyscraper. The firefighters exited their vehicles and bolted into the building. A news helicopter flew over and maintained its position, and several local news trucks pulled to the side of the skyscraper. Angela aimed her weapon. Bang! 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 The glass cracked. Bang! Bang! The glass shattered. Angela handed her gun to Frances as Richard and several of the journalists pushed the rest of the glass away. Richard hurled the trash can toward the window, making an escape path for the window washer. Angela and Richard pulled the window washer into the office just in the nick of time. The entire platform fell as the people below scattered like ants. Smash! The window washer landed face down in extreme pain as a pool of blood puddled around his left leg. Monique's hands trembled as she returned the gun to Angela. "I don't like guns. They kill people." 8 firefighters and 4 police officers, led by Sergeant Danielson, bolted into the area. The sergeant eyed the gun in Angela's hand and pulled his weapon and aimed at her. "Put down your weapon." Angela stepped forward. "Officer, I said put down your weapon now." Angela dropped the gun. Bang! A bullet ricocheted through the area, sending everyone to take cover. Monique fell to the floor and rolled as she learned once in high school during a shooting drill. The police officer approached Angela with caution as several paramedics darted into the room. Richard grabbed his chest. "I'm having a heart attack." Monique, now under a desk, fainted, and the rest remained gobsmacked. 2 paramedics rushed toward Richard and immediately performed CPR. The others dashed towards the window washer as the police officer handcuffed Angela. "You have the right to remain silent." "But officer, I shot the window. I didn't shoot to kill." "Tell that to the judge, lady." The window washer opened his eyes. The room spun. His vision went in and out of focus. "Excuse me, officer. She saved my life. She's my guardian angel." Frances, grinning, sauntered toward the officer. She flashed a smile and batted her lashes. "Now, officer, that man would be dead if Ms. Whitford didn't shoot the window." She glanced at the officer's name tag on his uniform. "Now, wouldn't he, Sergeant Danielson?" "Even if that were true, she discharged a firearm illegally. I'll have to take her in." Angela pursed her lips. "Frances, call my attorney." This is the worst thing that could have happened during my first week flying solo. "I'm on it." Frances bolted to Angela's office. Sergeant Danielson escorted Angela toward the door just as the debonair, striking John Legions entered. "Miss Whitford." His golden brown eyes bulged. He swept his fingers through his thick raven hair. "This is not what it looks like. My dad is going to kill me."